Hello, this is Mr. Ha again. Today I'm going to teach you or remind you of 4 strategies for 3-digit by 1-digit division with remainders. When we're looking at division, the number that you are dividing is called the dividend. The number that you are dividing by is called the divisor. And the answer you get after your division is called the quotient. Anytime you hear the word quotient, you're thinking about division. Let's first take a look at the strategy long division. When we do long division, we pay attention to the place value. We want to start with our largest place value, which is our hundreds. I'm starting by thinking, how many times can 4 go into 3? Well, 4 is larger than 3, so it can't go into 3 at all. So I'm going to put 0 at the top of 3. If you want to, you can move on to 36. If that's confusing, you can continue with steps. So 4 times 0 is equal to 0. 3 minus 0 is equal to 3. So I still have 300. And I still have 6 tens, so next I'm going to bring down my 6 tens for 36. My next step, I'm going to think, how many times can 4 go into 36? I can use skip counting to help me determine this, or if you know your math facts, your multiplication facts, then you can just do it in your head. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. So 4 can go into 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. I'm going to put 9 above my 6 for my tens place value. And now I think 4 times 9 is equal to 36. When I subtract this, I'm going to get 0. So I have no more hundreds and tens, but I still have 1, so I need to bring down my 5. Now I'm thinking, how many times can 4 go into 5? Well, 8 is too much, so 4 can only go into 5 once. I'm going to put 1 above my 5. Now I think 4 times 1 is equal to 4. 5 subtract 4 is equal to 1, so that's how many I have remaining. Therefore, 365 divided by 4 is equal to 91 with 1 remainder. Next, I'm going to show you the box method for division. For 365 divided by 4, or any division question, you are going to start by drawing a box. You are going to split your box into 3 to represent the hundreds, tens, and ones place value. Next, we put 365 in the boxes, and your divisor is 4, so you're going to put 4 on the outside. With division, we always start with our hundreds place value first. Well, not always, but for this method, it's also the same. We start with our hundreds place value. So how many times can 4 go into 3? Well, 4 is larger than 3, so 4 can only go into 3 0 times. 4 times 0 is equal to 0. 3 subtract 0 is equal to 3. So I still have 300s. I'm going to move my 300 over to be with my tens. Next, I'm thinking, how many times can 4 go into 36? Well, I'm going to skip count, or you can do it in your head. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. Well, 4 can go into 36 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. I'm going to put 9 above my 36. 9 times 4 is equal to 36. When I subtract these, I'm going to get 0. If I move 0 tens over to my ones, I'm just still going to have 5. My next step is to look at my ones place value. And I'm thinking, how many times can 4 go into 5? Well, 8 is too big, so 4 can only go into 5 once. I put 1 above my 5. 4 times 1 is equal to 4. 5 subtract 4 is equal to 1. And this is how many remainders I have. So 365 divided by 4 is equal to 91 with 1 remainder. I'm now eating hard candy and will attempt to explain this strategy while I am eating candy. So the next strategy is Big 7 division, and it's very different from the traditional algorithm and box method. I'm going to start by rating my division question. 365 divided by 4, and I'm going to create a big 7. This is my big 7 right here. With Big 7 division, this is also called the partial quotient strategy. And it's called partial quotient because you are dividing in parts using friendly numbers. Friendly numbers are numbers that end with 0. So for example, 10 is a friendly number, 30 is a friendly number, 50 is a friendly number. So I'm going to use a large friendly number that will get me close to 365, and then I'm going to subtract it. So I'm going to take 4, and I'm going to multiply 4 by 50. 4 times 5 is equal to 20, and if I put a 0 at the end, I'm going to get 200. 365 subtract 200 is equal to 165. Next, I'm going to multiply by another friendly number. I can't use 50 anymore because 200 is greater than 165. So I'm going to use 40. 4 times 4 is equal to 16. And if I put a 0 at the end to include 0 in my ones, then I'm going to have 160. 165 subtract 160 is equal to 5. Can I keep going? Well, 5 is larger than 4, so I can actually keep going. Now I'm going to do, and I can't use friendly numbers anymore because 4 times 10 is equal to 40, which is way more than 5. How many times can 4 go into 5? 4 can go into 5 one time. 4 times 1 is equal to 4. When I subtract that, I'm going to get 1 remainder. Now, how do I know what my answer is? What is the quotient? Well, because I divided in parts, now I have to add those parts together. So 50 plus 4 is equal to 90, plus 1 is equal to 91, and there's 1 remainder. So 365 divided by 4 is equal to 91 with 1 remainder. News, I have finished my candy. The last method we're going to look at is the lattice method, which some people really like, but in terms of what it looks like, it's very different than what we usually do with division. The process, though, is similar to long division and the box method. So first, you take a look at how many digits are in your dividend, the number that you are dividing. In 365, we have 3 place values. So you draw 3 boxes connected together just like this. Next, you are going to draw lattice lines or broken lines through the middle of your boxes in this direction and not the other way. On the outside, I'm going to write 4 because that's my divisor. And at the tops of each of my box, I'm going to write 365. My next step is to think, how many times can 4 go into 3? Well, 4 is greater than 3, so it can't go into 3. I'm going to write 0 in the top half of my lattice. 4 times 0 is equal to 0. 3 minus 0 is equal to 3, so I'm going to put 3 in the bottom half of my lattice, and then I'm going to circle 3 and 6 to make 36. Now I'm thinking, how many times can 4 go into 36? If you know your math facts, your multiplication facts well, you can do it in your head. I'm going to skip count. 4 can go into 36 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. I'm going to write 9 in the top part of my lattice, and then I'm thinking 4 times 9 is equal to 36. 36 minus 36 is equal to 0. Now I'm going to circle my 0 and my 5. 0 doesn't really mean anything in terms of the value, so I'm just looking at 5. My last step is to think, how many times can 4 go into 5? Well, 8 is too big, so 4 can go into 5 once. I'm going to write 1 at the top part of my lattice. 4 times 1 is equal to 4. 5 minus 4 is equal to 1, so that means there's 1 remainder. So how do I know what my answer is? Well, I take a look at what's in the top parts of my lattices. So I have 0, 9, 1, and then I also take a look at my remainder. So this gives me 0, 91 with 1 remainder. This 0 doesn't mean anything, so I have 91 remainder 1 as my answer. So 365 divided by 4 is equal to 91 with 1 remainder.